The Dukes of Hazzard, 1979 to 1985, was not just an adventure filled with dangerous car chases, but also a television show that delivered unforgettable moments still remembered by audiences today. The cast, with their passion and talent, became icons in the hearts of fans, and their performances left an indelible mark on the history of American television. However, behind the laughter, the excitement, and the heart-pounding action, lie lesser-known stories of tragic lives, insurmountable challenges, and heartbreaking outcomes. Many of the stars of The Dukes of Hazzard faced fatal accidents, relentless battles with serious illness, and personal struggles no one could have predicted. This show will take the audience on an emotional journey, revealing stories that serve as reminders of the fleeting nature of fame. These tales are also a testament to the strength and resilience of those who lived under the spotlight, even though their lives were not always as bright as they appeared on screen. Denver Pyle, born in 1920, brought to life the beloved Uncle Jesse in all 146 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard. A seasoned actor, Pyle's weathered face and gentle demeanor embodied the wise and warm-hearted patriarch of the Duke family. His career spanned decades, with notable appearances in westerns and classic television. Yet, behind the scenes, his life carried the weight of loss and solitude. Pyle suffered a devastating blow in his personal life when his first wife left him, citing his relentless focus on work. His later years were marked by declining health, and he passed away in 1997 from lung cancer. A heavy smoker for much of his life, Pyle spent his final months reflecting on a career that gave joy to millions but often left him longing for deeper connections. Nedra Voles, born in 1908, was a scene stealer as Ms. Emma Tisdale, the feisty and lovable postmistress of Hazzard County, appearing in 11 episodes from 1980 to 1984. With a career that blossomed late in life, Voles became a fan favorite for her sharp comedic timing and warm screen presence. However, her cheerful exterior belied a history of personal loss. Widowed early, she never remarried and often spoke of the loneliness that accompanied her success. Despite her late-in-life fame, Voles suffered from declining health in her final years, passing away in 2003 from complications related to Alzheimer's disease. Her departure marked the end of an extraordinary journey, where her light shone brightly but was ultimately dimmed by the challenges of aging and solitude. Parley Baer, born August 5, 1914, in Salt Lake City, Utah, brought a comforting authority to his recurring role as Doc Appleby in The Dukes of Hazzard. A veteran character actor, Baer had a prolific career in radio, television, and film, with his genial demeanor making him a reliable figure of wisdom and warmth. However, his personal life was marred by tragedy. A devastating stroke in 1997 left him paralyzed and robbed him of the ability to speak, a cruel irony for a man whose voice had once graced countless radio dramas. Parley Baer passed away on November 22, 2002, at the age of 88. Though his death was attributed to complications from the stroke, friends close to him lamented how his final years were shadowed by physical pain and the loneliness of being unable to share his thoughts. His enduring marriage to his wife, Ernestine Clark, lasted until her death, but their relationship, according to some reports, faced deep strains due to the demands of his acting career. Sorrel Bouc, born in 1930, masterfully portrayed the cunning and comically corrupt Boss Hogg, the ever-scheming nemesis of the Duke family. Known for his larger-than-life persona and sharp wit, Bouc's performance became iconic. However, his off-screen life was a stark contrast to the jovial character he portrayed. A gifted student and Yale graduate, Bouc harbored dreams of a career in serious drama, dreams that often felt overshadowed by his typecasting in comedic roles. His personal relationships were marked by turbulence, his marriage ended in a bitter divorce, and he often struggled with feelings of inadequacy. Bouc succumbed to cancer in 1994, his death coming quietly, a poignant close to the life of a man whose laughter hid his personal sorrows. Waylon Jennings, born in 1937, lent his distinctive voice to the Dukes of Hazzard as the Balladeer, narrating the series' escapades in 144 episodes. Renowned as a country music legend, Jennings' career soared with hits that defined outlaw country. Yet, beneath his success, he carried the scars of addiction and regret. Haunted by his narrow escape from the 1959 plane crash that killed Buddy Holly, Jennings battled a long struggle with substance abuse, a habit he later overcame but not without consequences. His romantic life mirrored his career's highs and lows, marked by turbulent relationships and divorces before finding stability with his fourth wife, Jessie Coulter. In 2002, Jennings succumbed to complications from diabetes, a result of years of neglecting his health. His passing marked the end of an era for fans, but it left a bittersweet legacy of resilience and artistic brilliance. Christopher Mayer, born in 1954, stepped into the Dukes of Hazzard spotlight as Vance Duke during a tumultuous period in the show's history, appearing in 18 episodes between 1982 and 1983. Mayer's arrival, part of a temporary cast reshuffling, was met with mixed fan reactions, casting a shadow over his brief tenure. Off-screen, Mayer's life reflected the instability of his career. His personal relationships were fraught with turmoil, including a high-profile divorce from actress Terry Copley. Struggling to maintain momentum in Hollywood, Mayer battled feelings of professional inadequacy. In 2011, at just 57 years old, he died suddenly of natural causes, leaving friends and fans stunned. His untimely passing underscored the challenges faced by those who briefly brush fame, only to feel its fleeting touch. Peggy Ray, born in 1921, delighted audiences as Lulu Hogg, the sassy and spirited wife of Boss Hogg, across 19 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard. A seasoned character actress, Ray was beloved for her warmth and comedic timing, yet her personal life often mirrored the loneliness of the supporting roles she played. Never married, Ray dedicated much of her life to her craft, but this came at the expense of close relationships. Despite her genial on-screen persona, she often confided in friends about her feelings of isolation and the sacrifices her career demanded. In 2011, she passed away peacefully at 89, from congestive heart failure. Her death marked the end of a long but quietly bittersweet life, remembered by colleagues for her kindness and dedication. Don Pedro Colley, born in 1938, brought an air of authority and grit to the role of Sheriff Edward Thomas Big Ed Little in The Dukes of Hazzard, appearing in 12 episodes between 1981 and 1984. A towering presence on screen, Colley's deep voice and commanding persona made him a memorable figure in the series. Off-camera, his career was marked by typecasting, limiting his opportunities to break into leading roles. Colley's personal life was equally complicated. Though charismatic, he struggled to maintain lasting relationships, often citing his work as a barrier to intimacy. In his later years, Colley faced financial difficulties and health problems, including a battle with cancer that he ultimately lost in 2017. His death left behind memories of a talented actor whose life, despite moments of brilliance, was tinged with unfulfilled promise. Ernie Lively, born January 29, 1947, in Baltimore, Maryland, portrayed various colorful characters, including Longstreet B. Davenport, across 5 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard. Known for his rugged charm and affable presence, Lively's on-screen charisma belied a life marked by struggles. A devoted family man and father to actress Blake Lively, Ernie battled health issues in his later years. In 2003, he suffered a heart attack that required pioneering heart surgery, a procedure that offered hope but also underscored his vulnerability. Despite his upbeat nature, his career plateaued in his later years, a source of quiet frustration. His personal life, while outwardly idyllic, included challenges. He and his wife Elaine maintained a united front, but insiders described periods of emotional distance due to his demanding work schedule. Ernie Lively passed away on June 3, 2021, at the age of 74, from cardiac complications. His legacy endures through his children, but his final years were a poignant reminder of the fragility behind the smiles of even the most cheerful entertainers. James Best, born in 1926, endeared himself to audiences as Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane, the bumbling lawman with a heart of gold, appearing in 141 episodes. Known for his comedic timing and distinctive Southern charm, Best also harbored ambitions as a serious actor and artist, often feeling typecast by his iconic role. His personal life was equally complex. His marriages were marked by tension, and he often lamented the sacrifices his career demanded of his family life. Best struggled with health issues later in life, including pneumonia, which ultimately claimed him in 2015. Despite his success, his final years were shadowed by reflections on the opportunities he felt he had missed, leaving behind a legacy cherished by fans but tinged with personal melancholy. Bob Hastings, born April 18, 1925, in Brooklyn, New York, was a versatile actor who brought a memorable energy to his role as Barnes in The Dukes of Hazzard. Hastings, already a television veteran, lent his talents to 3 episodes, portraying a character with a mix of humor and mischief. Despite his on-screen success, Hastings grappled with personal demons. A quiet perfectionist, he reportedly felt overshadowed in his career, never quite breaking out of supporting roles. His romantic life reflected his career's turbulence. Though married for decades, friends hinted at estrangements and unspoken tensions. Hastings passed away on June 30, 2014, at the age of 89, after a long battle with prostate cancer. The cancer, though diagnosed years earlier, took a heavy toll on his physical and emotional well-being. Those who knew him spoke of a man who longed for greater recognition but found solace in the laughter he brought to his audiences. Sam Melville, born August 20, 1936, in Fillmore, Utah, played Rick in 3 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard, imbuing the character with a rugged charm and understated gravitas. Best known for his roles in shows like The Rookies and Gunsmoke, Melville had a magnetic presence, but his life off-camera was far less stable. Divorced in the late 1970s, Melville endured a series of stormy relationships that left him emotionally drained and longing for a lasting connection. His career, which had once held so much promise, faded into sporadic guest appearances, a decline that reportedly weighed heavily on him. Melville's final years were marked by declining health. He passed away on March 9, 1989, at just 52 years old, from heart failure exacerbated by a lifestyle of stress and inconsistent medical care. His death shocked many who remembered him as a symbol of strength, highlighting the unseen battles that defined much of his life. Charles Cyphers, born July 28, 1939, in Niagara Falls, New York, played Bumper in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard, bringing a gruff yet oddly endearing charm to the role. Known for his collaborations with director John Carpenter, Cyphers built a career as a dependable character actor in horror and action films. Behind the scenes, however, Cyphers struggled with a career that never reached the heights he'd once envisioned. His personal life was marked by heartache. A string of short-lived relationships left him yearning for stability, and friends described him as a man often caught between the demands of his work and the longing for companionship. Cyphers lived into his later years away from the spotlight, quietly passing away on March 10, 2024, at the age of 84. The cause of death was reported as complications from pneumonia, which developed after years of declining health, leaving those who admired his work to mourn a career that always seemed on the verge of breaking bigger. R.G. Armstrong, born in 1917, appeared as Calloway in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard between 1979 and 1983. A veteran of both stage and screen, Armstrong had an unmistakable presence that lent itself to roles of stern authority and complex morality. However, the rugged toughness he projected on screen belied a deeply conflicted man who struggled to reconcile his fundamentalist upbringing with the cutthroat nature of Hollywood. Armstrong's personal life was fraught with challenges. He endured a contentious divorce and strained relationships with his children, which he later described as one of his greatest regrets. Armstrong lived a long life, passing away in 2012 at the age of 95 from natural causes, but his later years were marked by solitude and reflection on the sacrifices he made for his art. William Smith, born in 1933, portrayed the enigmatic Jason Steele in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard in 1981. Known for his rugged demeanor and physicality, Smith's career was an eclectic tapestry of action-packed roles in film and television, yet he remained a man of mystery off-screen. His personal life mirrored the volatility of his characters. Turbulent relationships and bouts of isolation defined his later years. Smith's death in 2021 was attributed to natural causes, but those close to him noted his struggle with the emotional weight of unfulfilled dreams and estranged connections. His passing marked the end of a storied, albeit often melancholic, legacy. Mel Tillis, born August 8, 1932, in Tampa, Florida, took on the role of Burl Tolliver in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard. Best known as a country music legend with a stutter that became part of his charm, Tillis also enjoyed acting, where his humor and warmth shone through. Beneath the jovial public persona lay a life marked by personal struggles. His multiple marriages and tumultuous romantic entanglements hinted at a man whose larger-than-life presence often clashed with the intimacy needed for lasting love. Tillis faced significant health challenges in his later years, including heart problems and colon surgery. He passed away on November 19, 2017, at the age of 85, due to respiratory failure. Though his death brought an end to an era of laughter in music, those who knew him well spoke of a man who, despite his fame, wrestled with loneliness and the complexities of a life lived in the public eye. Dennis Berkeley, born in 1945, was a character actor best known for his rugged demeanor and deep Texan drawl, which he brought to life in his portrayal of Bubba in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard between 1980 and 1985. Berkeley had a gift for portraying blue-collar, salt-of-the-earth characters, but off-screen, he struggled with the very real hardships of life. Despite a career that spanned over 4 decades, Berkeley battled with substance abuse, which often cast a shadow over his achievements. His personal relationships were equally tumultuous, as his devotion to his career often left little room for stability at home. He passed away in 2013, reportedly due to a heart attack in his sleep, a quiet end to a life marked by turbulence and hard-fought success. Richard Mall, born in 1943, brought a unique intensity to the dual roles of Milo and another character in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard in 1983. With his towering frame and commanding presence, Mall was a scene-stealer in every role he inhabited, yet his personal life painted a more somber picture. His romantic endeavors were often short-lived, marked by misunderstandings and heartbreak. Despite his professional success, Mall faced periods of deep loneliness. His death in October 2023, reportedly from complications related to a long-standing illness, served as a poignant reminder of the hidden battles even the most towering figures can face. His legacy endures through his unforgettable performances, leaving fans with cherished memories of his craft. L.Q. Jones Sin Gay 19 Thang 8 Nam 1927 Thai Beaumont, Texas. Ong de the Hien Nan Vat Morton Trong The Dukes of Hazzard Bat Dao Tu Nam 1979. Duok Beat Den Voi V Gwyn Aru Tho Kek, LQ Ko Emot Su Angip Sao Rong, DAC Beat La Trong Kak Bo Phim Phuong Te, Va Lam Vik Voi Kak Dao Dien Huyen Tho I Nu Sam Peckinpah, Tao Dung Ten Tuoi Cho Min Trong Kak Bo Phim Nu The Wild Bunch Va Pat Garrett Va Billy the Kid. Ong Kung La Emoti Dao Dien Va Na San Zutlan Ne, Trong Due Boy and his dog La Emoti Trong and Hung Du On Dang Chu Wai Kwa Ong. LQ De Ket Han Hai Lon Trong Doi, and Hung Kak Moi Quan He Qua Ong Thuong by Hui Hai Boi and Hung Mao Thuan Ka Nan. Trong and Hung Nam Koi Doi, LQ Phi Doi Mat Voi Su Rad Qua Emoti So Dong Angip Than Thiet, Bao Gom Ca Su Rad Qua Nuoi Ban Lao Nam Va Kung La Dien Vien James Garner, Nuoi De Qua Doi Veo Nam 2014. On Kung Bai On Hung Sao Sak Boi Tsai Chet Bai Tam Qua On Tre Min, Nuoi De Thiet Mang Trong Motvu Tai Nan Xe Hoi. En Hung Mat Mat Nai De Lai Dao and Vin Vien Trong On. LQ Jones Qua Doi Veo Gay 9 Thang 7 Nam 2022, though 94 Tu Oi Vien Nguyen Nan Tu Nin. Su Angip Va Di San Qua Ong O Hollywood Duok Nuoi Ham Mo Phim Phuong Te Va Trian Hin Ko Dien No Den Emotikach Tri Men. Susan Walden, born in 1956, appeared as Ruth in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard during its run from 1980 to 1984. Known for her radiant presence and warm smile, Walden captured audiences with her charm. Despite her on-screen charisma, her personal life was fraught with heartbreak. Walden's career, while promising in the early 1980s, faced challenges in maintaining momentum, leaving her disillusioned with the industry. Her romantic relationships often mirrored this instability, marked by passionate beginnings that devolved into conflict and disappointment. In her later years, Walden struggled with health issues, ultimately succumbing to cancer in 2020. Her passing left a void in the lives of those who admired her, a poignant reminder of the unyielding fragility behind even the brightest stars. Doris Dowling, born in 1923, graced The Dukes of Hazzard as Jenny in 2 episodes spanning from 1980 to 1984. A veteran actress who began her career in the golden age of Hollywood, Dowling brought an air of sophistication and gravitas to the series. Behind her poised exterior, however, lay a life marred by personal and professional struggles. Dowling's early years in films saw her star alongside legends, but her career took a downturn, forcing her to take roles that were far removed from her initial aspirations. Her romantic life was similarly tumultuous. A string of failed marriages and relationships left her yearning for stability she never fully found. Dowling passed away in 2004 due to natural causes, but those close to her recall her later years as bittersweet, with glimmers of her former brilliance tempered by lingering regrets over unfulfilled dreams. John Crawford, born in 1920, appeared as the character Buchanan in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard between 1980 and 1982. Crawford's career spanned across several decades, and while he was a familiar face to many, he was often cast in supporting roles that gave him little room to shine. His personal life was characterized by a series of failed marriages and strained relationships, which often played a heavy toll on his mental and emotional well-being. Though he kept his struggles relatively private, his battle with alcoholism and isolation seemed to be a dark undercurrent throughout his career. Crawford passed away in 2010 at the age of 90, a quiet end to a life that had been overshadowed by personal demons and unfulfilled potential. His death was attributed to natural causes, but those who knew him remembered a man who had lived with a sense of unresolved melancholy. Brian James, born in 1945, was a seasoned character actor who brought Captain Slater to life in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard between 1982 and 1984. Known for his imposing figure and distinctive voice, James made a career out of portraying tough, often menacing characters, particularly in action films and television. His role as Captain Slater was just one of many that showcased his ability to command attention on screen. However, behind his tough guy roles was a man who grappled with deep personal struggles. James's romantic life was marked by difficulty, and he went through multiple failed relationships. The pressures of his acting career, coupled with his private demons, led to substance abuse problems that shadowed much of his life. In 1999, Brian James tragically passed away at the age of 54 from a heart attack. His death was sudden, and it left many of his colleagues mourning the loss of a versatile actor who, despite his many successes, had never fully escaped the weight of his personal battles. Paul Smith, born in 1929, made his appearance as Hobie in 2 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard in 1981. Smith was known for his rugged, imposing stature and his ability to play tough guy roles, often in action films or crime dramas. Despite the opportunities he had in Hollywood, Smith's career never reached the heights many had expected. Behind his tough exterior, Smith faced a life filled with personal turmoil. He was often characterized as a solitary figure, grappling with the pain of several failed relationships, including a difficult marriage that ended in divorce. His personal happiness seemed to elude him, with his struggles in love and life often spilling over into his professional world. Smith passed away in 2006 at the age of 77, from heart failure. His death came as a shock to those who had followed his career, as his tough persona on screen masked the deeper, quieter battles he fought away from the spotlight. Brian Libby, born in 1949, appeared in The Dukes of Hazzard as Russ in 2 episodes between 1980 and 1982. Libby's career was brief yet memorable, as he brought a certain charm and complexity to the roles he took on. While he never reached the heights of fame that some of his peers did, his performances left a lasting impression on those who worked with him. Sadly, Libby's personal life was less stable. Like many actors, he found the demands of the industry to be a heavy burden. His romantic relationships were often marked by tension, and he struggled to balance the pressures of his career with the desire for a more grounded life. Libby's struggles seemed to have compounded over time, leading to feelings of isolation. He died tragically young in 2021 at the age of 72, a victim of heart failure. The circumstances surrounding his death were shrouded in sadness, with friends and family mourning the loss of someone whose promising career was cut short by the unseen struggles he faced throughout his life.